Welcome back to Guru Chronicles. I'm your host, Soul Guru. Thank you for joining me. We're still discussing relationships and just talking about some of the important things to observe, especially if you're in unhealthy relationships, the signs, the most common reasons for breakup. And so I just really want to impart in you and deposit some information that you may have experienced, maybe beginning to experience, or have been through before. These are some things to avoid. So I got this from Facebook, and it had 10 common reasons for breakups with relationships and marriages. And so I want to run through these and elaborate on them briefly and try to get through this a little bit quicker than I normally do. But here's some nuggets for you that I want to give to you. The first most common reason for breakup is physical or mental abuse. And what this includes is a sadistic attitude, manipulating, intimidating, and an overall controlling attitude. This person continues to impose their will on you. They're not considerate towards your feelings. And most importantly, emotionally, you feel attacked and drained and often on the defense, or physically, you're on the defense protecting yourself physically. This is unsafe and it's unhealthy. And if you're experiencing this type of relationship, you need to exit as soon as possible. And it's very advisable to get some therapy and coaching so that you can recover and restore from these traumatic experiences. Both can be very traumatic, emotional abuse and physical abuse. One of the second things is attraction towards another of the opposite gender. And that's basically when you put your attention on someone else. They say on Facebook that this commonly can happen from communication gaps, not seeing each other enough, not talking to each other enough, missing each other on the essence of your relationship, the core of what brought you all together. And this can become a real big problem. And sometimes the convenience of someone else, either at work or a place of your hobby or of your recreation, can draw your attention. This is a no-no, something you want to watch out for, especially if you verbally told this person that you've committed to them and that you plan to commit to them. And if they're your wife, you promise them that you will be loyal to them for life, or if it's your husband. So you want to be very careful of that, protect yourself from those situations. Otherwise, this is the most common way that relationships dissolve. Number 3, cheating and infidelity. It pretty much leads from number 2. That's the fondness of someone else that is outside your original relationship. That is when you are in a deep relationship with someone outside of your wife or your husband, or even the case with boyfriend, girlfriend, you're in a serious relationship with someone else, but usually, technically, infidelity really applies with a married couple. Usually the common term for boyfriend, girlfriend is cheating. And so that's just something I want to throw in there, that I think there is a difference between boyfriend, girlfriend, and being married. And so either way, the act itself is wrong. It breaks loyalty. It brings distrust into the relationship. And it's a hard place to recover from. But you can recover if you choose to stay in it. And if that person who did the cheating and caused the harm and violated the trust and the loyalty, if they're seriously committed to winning you back and winning you over, people can change. We often make mistakes. A lot of times we don't have the tools and we're not equipped to recover and mend the relationship. Number 4, constant humiliation before others. This is when your partner often is less empathetic, and they tend to cut or come at you with attitude and create for the spouse or the other person an inferior feeling. Embarrassing you, saying comments that aren't funny, making you the butt of every joke, always having something to say about you, your size, your shape, something about you that really should stay behind closed doors and in your own personal time with that person. They're sharing it at the social gathering, at the company picnic, at the church event, wherever you are publicly, they're sharing that. And that creates an inferior complex for the person receiving it. And that can become abusive too. So that would dissolve a relationship. Next is constant nagging. Facebook said that it can happen with men, but it's not as common with men as it is for women. Nagging is when it's an attitude that is imposed on the partner to be at their beckoning call. Is when you adjust your partner. You want your partner to adjust your attitude, their standards. They have no concerns or feelings or respect. There's a lot of fault finding. There's scolding. There's criticisms. There's complaints and of frequent sarcastic remarks that tend to come out of that person's mouth towards you. They really want to manipulate and control you. And so that's not healthy. That's not good. That ends relationships. Make sure you're not a nagger. That's something to watch out for. That was number 5. Number 6, jealousy in a relationship. In this area, the attention is towards others. You may be giving the pet more attention, the children more attention. You may be giving the job more attention, maybe another friend more attention. These types of things over time wear the other person out. They don't feel appreciated. They don't feel valued. If you don't feel valued and you're giving value and it's not reciprocated back to you, you're not being celebrated by this person that's choosing to be with you, then a lot of times that will end the relationship. Number 7, repeated lying. It's habitual lies to your spouse or your partner, and the pictures of communication are never clear. This person struggles with telling the truth. You're starting to see that when they speak, it's never clear. The situations never line up. The events never line up. Their words never line up. That's a problem. You start distrusting them. When you lose trust, it's hard to gain that back from somebody. And so lying is something that can dissolve a relationship. You need to get help if that's a problem. Frequently consistent arguments is number 8. Quarrels, where you both want your way, but neither person wants to yield. What's up with that? I mean, that's so common. That's why so many people are getting divorced. Nobody knows how to yield. Nobody knows how to die to themselves and give the other person what they like or what they're requesting, or to meet them halfway. We have so much pride, we don't even compromise and discuss coming to common ground. And so frequent arguments and consistent arguments, that's what the law calls irreconcilable differences. You couldn't reconcile your differences. And that's pretty sad, because that basically means both of you are selfish. It's not just one person. Okay? We need to get it out of our heads. And then we tell the new person who we try to bring into the picture what your old spouse did. We never talk about where we failed, where we could have picked up and did a little better. That doesn't make you any better, because you're carrying that same baggage to the next relationship. We have to work on that. We have to do better with that. You got to clear your slate, own it, deal with it. Ask you to forgive yourself for it. Ask forgiveness from the other person. Clear the whole slate. Okay? Love for money more than love for your partner. That's when you're not equally showing the money with the finances where there's stress. And that's basically when one person is not cognizant and not aware like they should be on the spending of money. They just want to blow it, go through it. If it's there, they want to fly through it. And you have the other person who's conscious. When you're not as one and you're not unified on the spending, what you're going to save versus what you spend, and there's a problem and conflict of finances, at some point, inevitably, it will not work. You will have a falling out if you cannot get complete resolve in this area. And then last, the repeated comparison of one's partner with another person, another man if you're a wife, and another woman if you are a husband. I have made the mistake recently of a young lady my wife and I went to school with. She has a business. She's been doing some things that I truly admire. It wasn't a lust thing. It wasn't an attraction thing, but I made the mistake of saying on several occasions what this person was doing and maybe how that has been helpful for them or what have you. And my wife, the second time I said that, she put a check on me. And I'm not mad to admit it. She said, stop comparing me to her. And I just stopped. I stopped. I didn't see I was doing that. And that's the problem in our relationships. When you're a lover or your person who's your partner or your spouse is telling you something, we have to learn how to listen and yield and honor what they're asking. She said, stop comparing me to her. I am my own person. I have my own business. I'm doing my own thing. We have our business we're doing. And I said, you were so right. And I had to apologize. I had to eat crow. But you know what? I knew she was right, because when I apologized, the apology came easy. I saw that I was hurting her, and I didn't want to do that. I didn't let my pride rise up. There wasn't time for that. She was the one in pain, not me. I inflicted it. So I manned up. I was the husband I should have been. I took control of the situation in a positive way, and I said, you're right. You're right. I need to stop doing that. I apologize. I didn't know I was doing that. And I stopped. I haven't done it since then, and I won't do it again. If I bother my wife or offend her like that, I promise to myself I won't let her experience that again. That's your job when you're a husband. And when you're trying to do things right, you should make it a point to make sure you honor her when she's asking you something. Whether she does it for me or not, my role as the husband, your role as a man, is to honor that woman the best way you can. And that means you have to drop all pride, and you have to man up and I'm commanded to love her. And that's what I have to do, especially if she's telling me. So we've gotten past that, and I love that. She and I get past a lot of things, but we have tools. It's things we've worked on. We've gone through a lot. So use your tools. Life's going to come at you. Things always happen, and you know you go through. But if you like what I said, you need to check in with the Soul Guru. Make sure you subscribe, like, and give a comment. I'm out.